Hi, and welcome back to the next installment of Learning Excel. So you'll recall in our last video, we learnt the if function. If you haven't seen that video, please go back and watch that video first. We need to make sure that you understand how the if function works and how we're then going to incorporate it into the next session of including today the if function and the sum function in one formula. So as a refresher, we've got this is number of movie tickets sold by seller by ticket type, adult and concession. So we've got all the tickets sold in here. We then went down the track of saying, well, hang on, we've got the ticket numbers. What about the actual dollars that came in the door? So it's the ticket type by the ticket price, and that gives us the total dollars. We then introduced this threshold for the potential of a bonus scheme or something along those lines for the sellers. So if they sold more than 21 adult tickets, they would get a commission or a bonus commission. And if they sold more than 10 concession tickets, yes, they would get a bonus commission on that as well. So we worked in the if formula to actually work out, did they actually meet that threshold? And we've got the 4 yes salespeople there and the 2 no's, and in the inverse, the 4 no's and the 2 yeses. And so now what we want to do is we want to work out, for those people that did reach that threshold, what is the amount of that incremental commission for them? So once again, simple formula equals if open bracket. Our very first statement to Excel is, if the seller did reach the adult ticket sales threshold, then we want to insert a sum function for the value, the dollar value of adult tickets for that salesperson multiplied by the commission value, which is that 35% for adult tickets. So there's 2 parts to this. Firstly, we say if Adam did actually meet the threshold, does I6 equal, using the actual equals symbol, and we want to see if it equals yes. And remember, we're using text, so you need to use quotes or parentheses. Equals yes, comma. The comma says, what if the answer is true? What are we going to do if I6 equals yes? So it's if this happens, then, and what we want to do is we want to insert the sum function. So sum, open bracket. And we want the sum of the total adult tickets for Adam in cell D20 multiplied by, remember, multiply is just the asterisk key, and we want to multiply it by the commission value of adult tickets, 35%. Now, reminder, we're going to pull this formula down and the commission value needs to stick. We need that cell K15 to stick. So we press F4 and that puts in the dollar symbol before the column value and also before the row value. Now we close that bracket because that is the sum. The sum is the value of the adult tickets multiplied by the commission value. So if I6 equals yes, then we will get the value of the adult tickets multiplied by the commission values. We need to put in another comma because what if it's not true? Well, if it's not true, there is no commission because they're not entitled to it. So the answer can only be 0. So it's comma 0 and close bracket. So what we've literally said here is, if Adams met the threshold for a number of tickets sold under the adult type tickets, then the comma, adult ticket value multiplied by the commission rate at 35%. And if that's not true, then the answer is 0. So we press enter. And yes, Adam did meet the threshold. $297 multiplied by 35% commission is $103.95. Now we'll click and drag that down from the corner. And as you can see, we've got 4 values in there and 2 zeros, which is, of course, those that are not getting any commission because they didn't meet that threshold. We just want to do a quick sum here. So we remember the home ribbon, auto sum, click on the button, press enter, $496.13 is the commission that we're going to pay out on the adult tickets. Now, once again, let's do the same on the concession side. Simple formula equals if, open bracket, if J6 equals, parentheses, yes, parentheses, comma, then what do? Well, now we want the concession tickets value multiplied by the concession tickets rate. So that's a sum, so we enter in sum, open bracket, concession ticket value, $85.50, multiplied by asterisk 15%, which is K16 and F4, so we make that commission rate stick. Close the bracket for the sum function. Then, comma, 0. Why? Because if the answer is no, there is no commission. So if J6 equals no, then there can be $0 commission, so the answer is 0. So it's a very simple function. If this equals this, then we do this. If it doesn't equal this, then this is the result. Now that might be something different again. It might be such that if they're less than 10 tickets, they only get a 5% commission, and you would simply just do another sum, because it would literally be, maybe you have your 5% in column L16. You would then do equal, comma, sum of E20 by L16, dollar signs obviously in place, instead of that 0, and that would then be a 5% commission. But either way, we've told Excel, if that equals yes, then grab that ticket value and multiply it by that. If it equals no, the answer is 0. We press enter, we've got 0. Here's something else. I've just highlighted the range of cells for the salespeople for the concession values. We've got the formula in the top cell. If you press Control D, it fills down the formula. So the formula is being filled all the way down just in what we highlighted. That's another way of filling that down rather than having to click and drag as we did before like that. Once again, quick auto sum from the home ribbon. That'll give us the total. And on the other side, obviously, once again, we had the same issue here with total tickets. We couldn't simply put a formula in based on the total values, so we actually had to look at the salesperson's values only. So what we'll do here is we'll do the auto sum from the home ribbon. Very simple. It's picked column I and column J just for Adam. We press enter, and once again we can highlight down and Control D. Fill that formula down. And that formula is the sum of the adult and the concession tickets by seller in each row. Once again, we could just click and drag this one across because it is literally just the formula, the sum of all values in that cell. So it copies across and now calculates the sum of those cells. So just to recap, we've used an if formula with a nested sum formula. And that sum formula is the one that is calculating the commission only if they met the ticket threshold of sales. Once again, it's another very simple formula. You've just got to learn it. You've got to use it every day. You've got to make sure that you're consistently using it so that you don't lose that skill. That's it from me for today. Enjoy. Do some more testing on that sort of formula. And by all means, like and subscribe to the videos. Comment if you need to. Let me know if there's a feature formula that you would prefer to see. And we will work on more formulas in the coming days. Bye for now.